Test. Okay, this way. There we go.
Hey, buddy.
There you go. Good boy.
Good man. Hey. He knows I don't have any more treats, so he's not as interested.
He knows where they are.
All right, guys. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday at 3 o'clock, and we're actually on location here in a secret location here in Quebec. But thank you for tuning in. This is episode 102 of Live at Epiphan. Today I'm here with Ryan and Crusoe, I should say Crusoe and Ryan, I guess.
Yes.
Because Crusoe is the big star. Hey,
Crusoe comes first.
So Crusoe is a huge YouTube star. He has how many millions of followers on Facebook now?
Just over 3 million on Facebook.
Wow. That's a few more than we're at right now.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get there. Don't worry.
Hey, buddy. So we're doing a little bit of a different format today. Instead of our regular question format where we'll be addressing your questions during the show, we're actually just going to hold on to those until the end. If we do see any questions that pop up, our producer Lisa will just bring that to my attention, and then we can ask your questions. So if you do have any questions for Crusoe or Ryan, please feel free to throw those out. But please say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from today.
He's not normally allowed on the counter, but today we'll make an exception.
This is a nice exception for Crusoe today. All right, Ryan, so to get us off, or to get us started, how do you actually pronounce Dachshund? I feel like I've been doing it wrong.
You know, there's different interpretations, and I don't think there's necessarily a 100% right way, but we say Dachshund, which is the German Dachshund.
Okay. Yeah, the Germans are known for their...
Yeah. Meaning badger dog.
Pronunciation. Oh, that's it for badger dog.
Badger dog, yeah.
And that's why they're originally bred, right? Yep. To go into badger holes and.
Right.
Yep. Wow.
So they love
imagine
tunneling and digging.
And they would actually like attack a badger, or would they just dig them out?
I guess they would attack them. Yeah.
Wow.
Flush them out, kind of thing.
Hey, you.
He is a miniature though, so.
So miniature badgers only?
Well, like the original breed is the standard size, which is the bigger dachshund. Okay. So they could take on a badger better than he could probably.
I don't know that I've ever seen like a full size dachshund before. I've only seen this size before.
Yeah, we had one here earlier today for a video.
Oh, right on.
Like 35 pounds almost. Nice. They're pretty big.
And that's for season 3 that's coming out this year?
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
How many episodes do you see coming out in season 3?
You know, I'm aiming for maybe like even 2 seasons this year.
Okay.
Maybe total 24. I don't want to promise anything to everyone watching, but we'll see how it goes. That's how it always works.
Right on.
So we have a few Crusoe fans watching.
Oh, right on.
We have
cool.
Old School Chick. Hi, Ryan and Crusoe. Greetings from Seattle.
Do you know Old School Chick? Does it ring a bell?
Not the username, but I might recognize the picture or something.
Awesome.
Okay. Hey guys.
Do you have a lot of fans in the United States?
Most are from the United States.
Most in the United States?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you to the Crusoe fans that are tuning in today. If you have any questions, make sure to throw those up on the chat and we'll jump on those a little bit later. So, Ryan, where did it all begin with Crusoe? Like, you've made it a long way, but where did you actually start?
He's 9 years old now, and I started when he was just about a year old, so about 8 years ago.
Wow. And
it was just a little blog, just truly a side project, hobby, creative outlet. Am I boring you? Sorry.
This would be his nap time right now, wouldn't it?
You want to sit there? Yeah. Yeah, so, purely just for fun, something to do on the side. I had no idea if it would last a couple months like all my other hobbies previously, but because of the traction and interest we had from people, it's kind of motivated me to keep going.
Cool.
And yeah, it turned into a life of its own, for sure.
Do you have a background in social media?
Yeah, I used to work for a digital agency for a few years before I started doing his full-time. And I studied marketing at University of Ottawa.
Okay.
But that being said, I always like to clarify that when I started this, I never had the goal or intention of making it into what it was.
Okay.
Despite my background, it was truly just something fun to try. I didn't have a plan, to make him an internet celebrity and do all these things this way. It kind of all developed organically and just grew and built on itself.
Well, and that's kind of I've heard that story before with famous YouTube celebrities and online celebrities and influencers, because they didn't actually intend on becoming famous. It was kind of like this
Yeah.
happy accident
Right,
that happened, right?
yeah.
Now, have you done, or do you do all your own videography and editing for the videos that we've seen of Crusoe?
I mean, since 8 years ago, I've done everything across the board from, writing, the photography, the video, his book, the website, just everything. But
Wow.
this past year when we started doing more longer form episodes, it's the first time I hired somebody to help me with filming and editing.
Okay, and that's smart.
Yeah,
Does that allow you to focus more on the social side and the engagements and not...
Yeah, the social side and, just thinking of what the next episode concept's going to be and writing the episode out. So I still do all the writing and storyboarding.
Okay.
But just having someone to help shoot, because I have to direct him, obviously. So before that, I'd be setting up camera, then I'd be going over here directing him, plus sometimes I'd be in the video.
Okay.
So it was way too much.
Now, does Crusoe do his own lines? Like, can he actually talk, or is that you as well?
He talks to us in his own way.
Okay, body
But,
language.
Yeah, but he does have a voiceover artist who does his voice.
I like the way that he's glaring at you right now, because
He knows what he
you know
wants.
he wants one thing, and that's it. Now, how did you start building your audience online? Was it did everything just fall into place, or were you actively trying to build that up initially?
My background being in digital marketing, I had a little bit of know-how as to some steps to take, but especially for the first couple years, it was totally organic. Like I still remember our blog stats from the first year, and it was just exponential month after month from when I started. So, I never promoted it or advertised it or anything like that. Like it just started by sharing to my own Facebook page, and then from those friends, it kind of went.
Right on.
So it kind of just grew by itself, but the know-how in designing the videos we did and how to make them optimize for social media and stuff, that helped a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say optimize for social media, what additional things were you doing to the videos to make sure that they would get more traction?
Just the basics in how you put together a video, like the length of it.
Okay.
Keeping them shorter and snappy, starting with the action kind of right away. I did square format for a long time.
Oh, okay.
We were one of the first to adopt Vine, and that was a huge thing for us actually, like getting into video. That's kind of where video started for us, was with the 6-second videos. So yeah, that's gone a long way from 6 seconds to 6-minute productions now.
Totally. Do you still have all those old Vine clips living anywhere online?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that'd be cool.
I got a YouTube compilation video out there.
That was actually a really amazing platform because it forced creators to really dilute what they were doing.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not dilute it, to concentrate it. The opposite of dilution.
Right, yes.
So it actually concentrate that that messaging and that format. And 6 seconds is such a short amount of time.
I know.
But you see that creativity that was coming out in that format. So how do you come up with all the ideas for your videos?
That's a good question too. My girlfriend, aka Mum, who we call her to our fans, she's a great idea machine. So we have little brainstorming sessions. Crew, stop!
Just give the man what he wants.
I know.
Everyone's commenting that Crusoe wants more treats.
I know. He gets too many though.
I'll also do an audience poll. How many treats is
Come
too
on
many
here.
treats?
This way. Over here. Let's show them a high five. Okay, high five. There you go.
Attaboy.
Good. Okay, over here. Kush. Good boy. And turn this way. Okay. Yeah. What were we saying?
I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm too enthralled with Crusoe. No, we were talking about how you come up with ideas. So,
Right,
so does Mom do a lot of the brainstorming, or is it
Yeah, she
Mom
helps
and
a
Dad
lot,
that pitch in together?
Yep. She usually grounds my ideas.
Okay.
So sometimes mine are a bit too far out there. So she kind of brings it back down to what would be sensible and not.
Modest, like a Mission Impossible knockoff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take it down just a notch.
Yeah.
So what's like a, your pie in the sky idea for an episode that you haven't done yet, or that maybe was broken down to something more reasonable? He has been in
We
space.
did do a space episode. I mean, there's always something like, I try not to think of his limitations when we come up with an episode idea.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what the idea is, it comes down to what can he actually do.
Totally.
Right.
Totally.
So like, you know, Mission Impossible, like, okay, he's going to skydive down, do this, whatever.
And that was brilliant. The skydiving scene, like
Yeah.
that was actually really good.
So we try to think of, you know, different ways of how we could get him to look like he's skydiving. I obviously didn't want to hang him from a rope because, you know, they have back issues and
It's
everything.
a little
and
bit dangerous.
I don't think he'd like that. So,
Well, and the ears flapping in the wind.
yeah. So do
that
you know
was-
how we did it?
I hope that you didn't attach fishing wire to his ears, right? And pull his ears. No,
Yeah.
was it like a fan underneath or
Yeah.
like green screen hands? Oh, upside down.
Upside
there you
down,
go. Nice.
So just we kind of laid him on my legs like this and just shot from overhead.
Oh, that's
And
brilliant.
just give him a little shake. Like this.
So was that on top of a chroma background
Yep.
then? Oh, okay, cool. Because I thought just from like the hair and the edging that it was shot from below and you had a fan because the sky looked great.
Yep.
Like the sky looked great
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
Nice. What's your favorite video that you've made so far?
Favorite. I really like the Oakley Goes to School episode we did.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't say that because Oakley is the main character in that one. But yeah, people really like that one. And that one was really fun and just cute overall.
Yeah.
Like we got permission from a school to shoot there, which I never thought would happen. Tub it.
So Linda Gandhi has just given a great idea. She's waiting for Game of Bones.
Game of Bones. Well, I think from, and I'm not going to put Ryan on the spot, but judging from the season 3 image that you put out, the teaser, I think there's going to be some
probably a
Game of
good-
Bones.
probably a
in
good
there.
guess,
It's probably
yeah.
a good guess. So do you focus on kind of like what's hot right now and you look at topical, like more topical kind of ideas for videos, or is it just whatever, you know, whatever you think of and is feasible?
Both.
Both, okay.
So I've always kind of prided myself on the originality of some of the concepts we come up with and stuff. So I don't like to be 100% playing on pop culture all the time because it's not quite as original,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
but
you-
it does,
you
it
play
works.
that out pretty quickly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we kind of mix it up. Like if there's something big happening, maybe we'll play on that. But then we mix it in with like just purely original from scratch ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that what you find has your audience coming back for more? Is where you're not revisiting, you know, the same kind of trope over and over again? You're actually coming up with these original ideas?
You know, people like the parody stuff.
Okay.
You know, the relatability aspect for social media is huge, as you probably know.
Yeah.
So when people see something that plays on something they already know, it generally can do better. You know, like Game of Bones, whatever. You know, people immediately know what it's playing on. They know
Yeah.
the story, so it's easy to share and say, look how funny this is, whatever. But making something truly original from scratch and having it do as well is a bigger challenge. But those are the ones I'm happier with.
Yeah. You get more satisfaction
Yeah.
with that than
Yeah.
borrowing someone else's idea.
Yeah.
So have you noticed a change in Crusoe's behavior since he's become more popular? Like, do you think he's aware of his popularity? Is he, prima donna, prima dogma? That doesn't work.
He seems to know that attention follows him a little bit.
Okay.
You know, he's used to the camera and lights and everything like that. He's been to red carpet events, so.
Right on.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't care.
Okay.
He just wants his toy.
Well, I saw there was an article about a question for the dogs that were participating at the Big Kennel Club event in Madison Square Gardens.
Okay.
And the question was, what drives the dogs to win the event? And it's like, well, there's nothing that the dogs are aware of that's driving them, but the positive attention that they get,
Yeah.
and you know the input that they get from their owners,
Yeah.
and that kind of reciprocal behavior between the two is something that a
Right.
dog would thrive off of.
For sure,
Versus
yeah.
like celebrity. Celebrity's nothing to a dog,
Yeah.
but he likes the attention that he gets and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Have
And
you
the-
been?
The cookies, for sure.
And the cookies, yeah. Well, he knows that George had one before, and
Yeah.
George is actually kind of cruelly dangling one above,
above
the
the
camera.
camera over
Is this almost an example of one of your camera tricks that you would do? Would you put a
Yeah,
treat?
we do. Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of times it's, you know, directing his look with a treat. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see him moving around there.
Hey.
That's cute. Now, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. This is like, I wasn't anticipating how distracting having a dog would be on and just how adorable he is, and how I've forgotten everything that we were going to talk about today. Have you been recognized out in public when you're with Crusoe? Like if you're out for a walk, if people approached you and, is that Crusoe? I love Crusoe.
Yeah, it happens more in the States than here in Canada.
Okay.
Just because we have more fans there. But in general, he looks like a regular black and tan dachshund, so he's not, super recognizable like some other dogs, have certain coloring or look about them.
Okay.
So it's usually if I'm kind of, putting a hat on him or something or taking a picture in public, that's when people kind of clue in.
Oh, gotcha.
Like when we were filming Mission Impossible there through the streets, we were having a hard time finishing shots because people were stopping us.
Really? Would they like jump into the shot and try to pet Crusoe? Or
They just be like, oh, is that Crusoe? Even when we're in the middle of a shot, and then we got to stop. But it's fun.
Well, and that's when you're going to need to start investing in security.
Yeah.
Right? So you have security, the police will have to close the street down.
Yeah, I need a couple of German Shepherds.
Now, you do travel with Crusoe quite a bit. I understand you're going on a vacation pretty soon. Where are you guys going to be heading?
We're going to Florida.
Okay.
So my girlfriend's parents have a place down there.
Nice.
So it's our little winter escape. We go there a fair bit.
And are you planning on doing any shooting while you're down there?
I might try to do an episode.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't actually know what that one will be yet, but sure,
Now,
I'll think of something.
does Crusoe travel with you in the cabin of the aircraft, or does he go on the cargo, or do you bring him on board when you fly?
Yeah, he goes in cabin.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd never put him in cargo.
Yeah, because that would be. I mean, I used to fly with my dog in cargo before because he's a larger dog,
Right.
and I could imagine that wasn't a very pleasant experience.
Yeah.
He never looked very happy when he came out of
Yeah,
there.
he wouldn't like that, I think.
One of our regular guests, Stephen Schill, commented, he said, there's so many people on chat today that maybe next time we need to start streaming a cat.
We need an animal mascot.
Thank you, Stefan. It's good to see you. Let us know, Stefan, how things are going out there. And thank you for tuning in as always. We appreciate it. Now, how has Crusoe's celebrity affected your life?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit?
Many ways, many different ways. Just in terms of my own personal development, doing interviews. I'm really an introvert. I've always been a behind the camera type of person. But he's forced me to go on Good Morning America and all these interviews across the country. So that's just helped with my own confidence and talking. Not that I'm any good, but and then what he allows us to do and where he allows us to go. He definitely spoils us. We did our first book tour. We partnered with Marriott.
Okay.
So they put us in the highest hotel room in North America, corner suite overlooking Central Park.
Nice. Did he not? Did he like the view? How did Crusoe like the?
He didn't care.
He didn't care. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we partner with a lot of places that we go to. So sometimes we might partner with a hotel and get a free stay there, or just the activities that he's been able to do.
Right on.
We took him to Mexico, and they have an underground river cave system. And I contacted them ahead of time, and they made an exception to allow him to come there. He's the first and only dog to have ever gone inside those caves. They
Really?
made him a custom wetsuit and everything.
That's cool.
It was incredible, yeah.
That's very cool.
Incredible.
Oh, lucky dog, hey? Now, I did have a few questions for Crusoe,
Okay.
so I don't know if he's gonna engage or not. But so
He's
what
kinda got
is
his butt to you.
Crusoe has accomplished quite a bit. Like you said, you've been on Good Morning America. Can you tell us a little bit about the prize that you won through Ellen's show?
Yeah, we won the TV that's over in the living room over there.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. She just had a little contest for like a Super Bowl commercial that kind of promoted her show, whatever.
Just the biggest sporting event in America at any given
I mean,
year.
it didn't air during the Super Bowl, but it was like
okay. It was
just
for
fun
like a
Super
themed.
Bowl. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we submitted that and happened to win.
Do you have anything else coming up with Ellen in the future, or did you get a chance to because you didn't appear on the Ellen show, right?
No. Nope, not really.
Okay. Any other big prizes or awards that Oakley's received?
Crusoe, you mean?
Oh, sorry.
Oakley hasn't got any awards yet.
I was just looking at my next question about Oakley.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Crusoe. Your sidekick Oakley was on my mind.
Yeah.
But any other big awards
Yeah,
or recognition for Oakley? For Crusoe? I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, Crusoe got his biggest award yet, which was his People's Choice Award in November.
And is voting still open for that?
No, it's closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's closed and we won. Yeah.
What did he win?
People's Choice Award?
For what category?
Oh, Animal Star?
Okay.
It's the first year they had that category.
Okay.
Yeah, for like influencer animals. Crew, stop.
It's a whole new tide is coming of influencer animals.
Yeah, it's really...
Is there a whole community of other, like, the Kardashians of the influencer animal world? And,
there's a whole world of animal influencers out there now. And again, when I started this, I didn't even know what an influencer was. But now there's so many out there. There's a lot of competition. But we know a lot of them, and we're friends and friendly with each other.
So do you network with other influencers then that are also animal influencers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had any crossover episodes with any other?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool. Any more, like, any future plans? I think I don't want to give too much away for season 3, but are we going to see any more crossovers maybe in season 3?
I mean, you'll see his girlfriend Paisley in some of the episodes for sure. And then there's not too many here in Ottawa. There's a couple in Toronto, like Herman in the Hood or Dean the Basset. Those are a couple people we know that we involve when we can.
Dean the Basset.
Yeah.
So, and on Oakley, because I've dropped Oakley now a couple of times. So,
He hasn't won any awards.
He hasn't won anything yet. Do you think that Oakley is stepping on your paws a little bit, Crusoe? Do they get along? They get along pretty well.
They're from the same. Pretty well, yeah.
They weren't from the same litter, but it was the same mom.
Different litter.
Oh, okay.
So different mom, but same dad.
Oh, okay. Right on.
And their dad's name was Romeo. So.
Romeo, nice.
Yeah.
So is Oakley going to be continuing to carry the torch for Crusoe? We're going to see more focus on Oakley, or is it Crusoe's like the big star, and it'll be Oakley coming in for appearances?
I wish, and a lot of our fans wish, that Oakley could be in more episodes.
Okay.
But he lives with my parents in Toronto, which is 5 hours away. And even though I borrow Oakley for periods of time to shoot, I do start to feel bad that I'm stealing my parents' dog away from them. So it is what it is. I take him when I can, and then we'll try to make some trips out there too. But I can't have him all the time.
That's a little bit of a trek, getting all the way out there.
Yeah.
It seems like our colleague George Herbert is offering up his cat for our next live stream, but she hates everyone.
Okay. Thanks, George.
Yeah, thanks, George.
Thanks for that.
It's funny how your pets often resemble the owners in that way. Now, what is your favorite outfit for Oakley? Because we've seen him in so many different outfits. Is there one that you would pick? I'm sorry. Can you wear a name tag, Crusoe? My coworkers tease me about this. I'm actually the worst with names. Oh yeah. And then once I get one wrong, then it's just all over.
Stuck in there.
So the dog. What's the dog's favorite outfit? Oh, do you see that scowl? He knows I'm messing up.
Yeah, he's got so many. It's hard to say. I like his hockey one. His hockey one was fun. Yeah.
Now, did you say that you make the outfits, or did you make that one itself?
That one, yeah.
Wow.
I make or modify 90% of them. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, do we have any more questions or comments from our YouTube viewers, Lisa?
We have a lot of comments, so many that I can't go through them all.
Okay. Well, here, why don't you pick out a couple of comments, and then we'll let me know when you're ready, and we'll bounce back to it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hey.
There you go.
So when you travel, do you have to make sure that his vaccinations are all up to date, or do you have to go through any kind of have you been anywhere that there's like a quarantine period for Oakley?
Not a quarantine. Not a quarantine, but some of the places we've been to have more or less regulations.
Okay.
So, like, we go to St. Lucia sometimes, and they need like the rabies titer test, where they take a blood sample and make sure he has his rabies titers.
Oh, okay.
That itself is like $500.
Wow. And what was the turnaround on that? Are you waiting at the airport until it's ready, or do you get to
No, you
leave
got to
the
do
airport with him?
You have to do it 3 months in advance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. So it's not like it's not something that they validate when you arrive. It's something you do way before.
I mean, they'll check your paperwork when you arrive, but you got to have done the tests 3 months earlier. Yeah.
Because I understand Australia also has like a long quarantine.
Yeah, Australia has a quarantine. The UK is also pretty tough to get into.
Okay. So maybe not a location that you'd be looking at in the immediate future.
We're trying to find a way into the UK, yeah.
Okay.
But that's
There's
a tricky one.
that's commenting, Donna Kessler, when will crew come and visit us in South Africa?
South Africa.
South Africa brew. You could do like a blood diamond.
There's a lot of dachshunds in South Africa.
A lot of ducks in South Africa. How do you know that?
The German
Oh,
influence.
dachshunds. Sorry, I think you said ducks. A lot of ducks in South Africa. Does Oakley like to chase ducks? Is that something I missed here?
Crusoe likes to chase ducks.
Crusoe
yes.
does like to chase ducks. We'll just cut it now because I can't get the dog's name right.
There's also another person commenting about Vicky Reich. What is Crusoe's favorite place to travel? Does he have a favorite place?
So from Vicky, what is Crusoe's favorite place to travel?
Crusoe really likes going to Florida.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty simple, common place we go to, but he likes it. It's laid back, lots of sunshine. So, but he liked, one of his favorite other trips, I would guessing, is probably Switzerland.
Okay.
Yep. We did some hiking in the mountains there. He really seemed to like that.
So how did you get the impression that Crusoe liked Switzerland? Was it because he just couldn't get enough walking around outside?
He was just happy to hike up the
mood?
mountain, and there's some snow at the top, and he likes his little snowballs and stuff.
Right
and,
on.
Lots of cheese there. Just good place for him.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, as our viewers would have noticed off the bat, Crusoe came up onto the stage on this awesome little ramp here. So can you tell me a little bit more about the ramp that you've got set up?
Yeah, we started a little crowdfunding project last spring. We call it Doggo ramps.
Okay.
So it's a ramp to help small dogs onto and off the bed.
Right on.
Kitchen islands.
Yeah.
And kitchen islands, yeah.
You'll have to make just one a little bit higher for kitchen islands.
Yeah.
And
I'm
bar
not
tables.
endorsing it for this purpose, just for clarity.
Definitely not for
There was
this
a comment
use.
from Vicky Eric about is another Doggo ramp coming. So people like your ramps.
So is there another Doggo ramp? Or do you have another one in development?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I was planning to talk too much about it yet, but this is actually our 2.0 prototype.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this isn't the original one. This is
That's not the original.
Oh,
no.
okay, cool, cool. And what's different about this model versus the first one that you made?
The material on it, we're using a yoga mat, which has a bit more grip on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Different material. The last one was pine, softwood. Now we're using maple hardwood, so it can hold heavier dogs,
Cool.
probably up to 50 pounds, we're thinking. It's a little bit wider as well, because we kind of originally designed it for him, which was about this wide. But we had a lot of requests for slightly bigger dogs, pugs and things like that. So a little bit wider, stronger, better surface material.
Cool.
Yep.
Have you considered like any hydraulic jacks in there or automation maybe where the dog like flips a switch
Little
and
elevator.
the ramp goes up? Yeah, an elevator. A dog.
Maybe down the road.
Hey, you. I don't have.
It's
what
a little
you're looking
advanced for me right now.
Hey, buddy.
I have a comment on Facebook from Nancy Cheney. What is the hardest thing about Crusoe being famous?
So a question from
Yeah.
Nancy: what is the hardest thing about Crusoe being famous? What is the hardest thing? The prima dogma. He knows he can't hop off the counter, so he's just like.
Yeah, he won't jump off.
Yeah.
The hardest thing. What do you think? Probably. I mean, not so much for him, but for me, just the pressure of maintaining that consistency,
Okay.
and always coming up with something new and original, and doing it every day or every week or whatever it is. We've run through quite a few ideas by now, so.
And have you been contacted by any any talent management agencies looking to take on Crusoe, or anyone that's like offered to maybe take you to the next level or collaborate with you in that way?
Yeah, we have an agent in New York who
Okay.
helps with like branded influencer deals and things like that.
That's good.
And a couple years ago, we had spoke to a studio in Hollywood about doing a little sort of TV show. It didn't really pan out, but it kind of worked out anyway with what we're doing just as a web series.
Okay.
And to be honest, I think I'd prefer it this way. If we had done an actual show And, he has to go spend 6 months of the year in Hollywood shooting this thing on set all the time. I don't think he'd like that so much. So,
Yeah.
His quality of life is more important than ours.
Okay.
So.
I have another comment from an Epifan user or watcher, Linda Boonstra, George's sister. Are the pearls user-friendly enough that Crusoe can operate them?
Well, they are compatible with it. We have a touch screen on our Pearl Mini, and I've seen Crusoe.
Possible.
Yeah, it is possible. Thanks,
It's
Lisa.
possible, yeah.
George is dying. You hate puns. But we've seen Crusoe control things with his pad, so I imagine he would be able to control the Pearl Mini.
He could, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What do you think?
Pearl
What do
Mini?
you think? Yeah.
Touchscreen? Yeah. Compatible?
You guys settled down? No.
No. He's just got treats in his eyes.
Like, he's so laid back, but then as soon as we do interviews or something like that, he's like, he knows it's cookie time.
Now, I've seen on your site, and I understand that Crusoe actually receives a lot of gifts from his fans.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about a couple of the gifts that Crusoe has received in the past? Maybe what the most memorable one was?
Ooh. There's been a lot of really special ones. He had surgery just over 2 years ago, and that was a period where we had like a flood of fan mail and just people sending us their best wishes and little toys. And
That's cool.
so we really appreciated that from everyone. And he loves to open things. Like, we're trying to do more unboxing videos because he just loves it. So I think that actually really brightened his spirits when he was recovering from surgery and stuff. But I don't know, one of my favorite things is just the fan art.
Right on.
People take the time to draw him, and it's special to me too because it's him.
Was the piece over the mantle a fan art?
No, that's not. We had that commissioned.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. George, if you want to get a shot of that and crash in on it, that was actually really cool coming in through the door.
Yeah.
And then Crusoe came around the corner, and he had that same ball in his mouth. Like, I think we're at the right place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He loves
very
those
cool.
balls. Right? Yeah.
Another question from Vicur. Does Oakley get sad when he has to leave Crusoe?
So does Oakley get sad when Crusoe's gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
Crusoe gets a little tired of Oakley after a while. Just his younger brother, bugging him a bit.
Yeah.
So I'd say after a few weeks, Crusoe he's kind of ready for his own space again. But Oakley doesn't know where he is sometimes.
He's a little bit less self-aware. Now, we did find a couple of books for you to sign.
Okay.
We actually found this one in our library at the Epifan office.
Okay.
So this is Dachshunds. Did I say that right?
Dachshund.
Dachshunds for dummies. Dachshunds for dummies. So yeah, we actually found this in our library. So I'm not sure if Mike maybe had Mike is the president of Epifan.
Okay.
I'm not sure if maybe he had one before.
Okay.
But yeah, we found this one. It was actually funny. We were doing some pre-production planning, and I was walking through our kitchen or our social area, and I noticed this.
Cool.
But there was one shot that I thought was really good. I should have bookmarked it. It was like a diagram from the top down of how to determine if your dog was too overweight or not.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of funny because the last one is just this sausage, basically. And the skinniest one is you can see all the ribs and the hips on there, but he's right in the middle. He's just that length, just that perfect shape. Yeah, the wiener shape. Now, we've also got a novel, your book here. So
Yep.
this is Lisa's copy. So we're going to ask you to sign that before we leave today, if that's okay.
Yeah. Do you want him to sign it?
Are you going to sign it for us?
Definitely.
He
Yeah.
usually signs it.
Absolutely. Does he mark them too, or just the signing?
Potograph.
It's a plotograph.
Yep.
The big book of paw puns.
Yeah.
Have you written a paw pun novel? Could that be the next novel coming out? Paw puns.
We could.
101
that.
paw puns.
Well, there's another business idea here that Claudette Muller is suggesting. She says it's great to see Crusoe share. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. She's commented again. She said it would be great to see a cartoon character, Crusoe and Oakley. That's a
Hey.
great idea.
So have you
Maybe a
considered-
great cartoon.
Have you considered doing an animated series?
I
of,
have.
Crusoe and Oakley?
And I would like to. I'm just waiting to see when the timing might be right,
Okay.
and also how we could do it. I mean, when we were talking to the studio before, animated is more expensive than live action, so it's a bigger risk for a studio to take on. But maybe there's a way we could fund it ourselves somehow or something.
I would like to see like a motion capture dog suit, right, with all the little dots on it and everything, and like a motion capture,
that'd be
right,
cool.
because his eyes are just so expressive. You could get a lot out of that.
Yeah.
We should try making a character animator for Crusoe. We had an episode a few months back where we did Adobe Character Animator.
Okay,
And
cool.
it was actually really easy to use, so very user friendly. And you just train a camera on your face, and then you can make all the expressions. And if you were to get an animated version of Oakley, it would actually be a pretty cost effective way of doing that and producing it yourself.
Interesting.
Hey, buddy.
We have another more technical question from Stefan. Tech question: how do you record this dog and pony show? How many cameras, microphones, audio, Pearl, or webcaster?
So, Stefan, that's a great question. And Stefan's just asking how we've actually accomplished this today. So today we're not in our studio. Obviously, we're on location here in Quebec, and we use our Pearl Mini today. So we're using our Pearl Mini. We have two cameras. We're using our C100, which George Burchell is manning behind the lens. And we also have a Sony A6300. And of course, that's just set up static. The amount of light in Ryan's property here, we have a lot of natural light coming in. So we just have our one key light, and that we actually borrowed from the studio before we left today. And we're using Ryan's home internet. And also, because we are not at our regular location, we have a super high bandwidth internet setup at our location. So what we're doing today, Stefan, is we're actually channeling this through Streamshark. So we're sending our signal up to Streamshark, and then Streamshark is redistributing that via their platform to YouTube and Facebook today.
Cool.
Yeah.
I try to do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Brian.
Well, I was going to ask if you've had any luck with using the Pearl systems, or if it's something that you see maybe getting into more of in the future, maybe at like book signing events or public events that you guys go out to?
Yeah, I try to do a little live video every few weeks or something like that.
Cool.
Just with the Facebook algorithm and everything, the live videos, as you know, do really well engagement-wise, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice way to kind of give a little live experience to our fans and to Crusoe, just being a dog, just being himself around the house and whatever he's doing.
Some behind the scenes footage, right?
You know, nothing choreographed or whatever. You getting a little antsy? Yeah. And yeah, we have a pretty big audience on Facebook, as you know, YouTube, Instagram. So I've been struggling to kind of find a good way of streaming to like all those different channels at once. Mm-hmm. Previously we had like different phones all taped together, and we're like mishmashing it all.
Yeah, that was the rig like 5 or 6 years ago. Was
Yeah.
like a big gorilla mount, and then you'd have like 4 phones in there, and one was for each platform, and you had to start them all simultaneously. Yeah, with a platform like Streamshark, it's a lot easier. You just pipe everything up there, and it also helps with bandwidth. So if you're on location or here at the house, you don't have to have a huge amount of bandwidth to accommodate all 4 or 3 platforms at the same time.
Yeah.
You.
So it's good. Yeah.
Any other questions from our guests or viewers?
Yeah, so the mystery solved over the Dachshund book. Dachshund book. Mike Sandler commented.
Uh-oh.
He said that the book was when they had Chester, their overweight Dachshund. And then there's lots of people, Crusoe fans, commenting. Nancy Cheney is wondering if there's any big plans for Oakley's birthday.
So if you didn't hear that, Mike Sandler, who is the CEO of Epiphan, did have a Dachshund before, who might have been a little bit overweight. I think that's probably why that page was highlighted in here, actually. But we also had another question. If you have any birthday celebrations planned for Crusoe this year. And when is his birthday?
Crusoe just had his in October.
Okay.
But his brother Oakley's is coming up March 15th.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to try. I'm going to see. Again, he's not here with me, so I might have to go to Toronto. But we might do like a little unboxing of his fan mail gifts for Oakley.
That'd be cool.
Hopefully.
Now, does Oakley and Crusoe do their fan mail? Does it all come here? Does it go to like another address?
We have a PO box.
You have a PO box?
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's
So
very smart.
preferably don't put the address up.
Yeah, totally. And we can kind of touch on that a little bit. Did you have an experience where maybe you revealed a little bit too much in one of your videos, and maybe one of your fans was able to triangulate and determine where your house was from the lights and the time of day and the location?
There was one instance. It wasn't a negative experience or anything, but I had posted a picture of Crusoe in front of the door of our previous house we lived at. That was in Ottawa, in a neighborhood there. And I guess someone recognized the neighborhood and the door because they used to live across the street.
Oh, okay.
And they lived nearby, and they came by and knocked and said hello. They're very nice and everything,
That's cute.
so it's fine.
Cute.
But
so it wasn't that someone had saw the number and then gone to every single street in Ottawa
no.
trying to find where that house was? Okay.
But just precaution and safety for him and stuff.
Yeah.
As you have more people watching, there's always the possibility of something. And as I say in the beginning of his new book there, he's at the point where if he geotags his location on an Instagram post, people will show up.
Oh, wow.
There's a question from Donna Kessler, Ryan. She's asking, where can I buy Crusoe's book online? We live in South Africa and can't get it in the bookstores here.
So just for our online viewers, Donna's asking where she can find Crusoe's latest novel.
It's on Amazon. I'm not sure what the dot whatever is for Amazon South Africa, but I think they would have it. Or you could get it from .co.uk. Maybe you could deliver there. Yeah.
So yeah, Donna, check Amazon. You should be able to find it there. And if not, what was the other one?
Like the UK Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Or
.co.uk.
you can also just ask your bookstore if they don't have it, and they can get it too. Yeah.
Cool. Any other ones popping out for you, Lisa?
There've been a lot that I've missed.
That's
I
okay.
apologize.
And to all the folks that are viewing us online, thank you so much for your comments and questions. We're running a skeleton crew today, so we don't have as many people on site that would usually relay the questions. And most of the time, George and I actually have like a laptop out in front of us that we can monitor the questions on too. Hey, you. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell us about or talk about today?
Our season 3 is going to start on not this Sunday, but the next one. I think it's March 17 or 18. Let me check quick.
That sounds right.
17.
Cool.
So March 17, season 3 starts. We're pretty excited. We got 4 or 5 episodes kind of in the bag and ready to go.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Are you going to do like a watch party for the first one? Have you considered that?
I might premiere it on YouTube.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that'd be great to see, especially to see kind of what engagement you get and build up some anticipation. Do you put would you put the first 4 episodes out right away?
No,
or would you hold them back once a week?
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
People seem to be curious, Ryan, about your tour. Do you have another one planned?
We don't have another tour plan. We just finished our second one. We did 10 cities across the U.S. and a few in Canada. Let's see if I can remember. New York, Chicago. We did go to LA for the awards, but we didn't do a book signing there. Arizona, Austin, Texas. We did one in Florida. Miss Boston. Anyway, we did a bunch of stops, and we might try. We're still trying to get them to the UK, so we're kind of working on a little bit of a European stop. But for now, no new travels planned for US and Canada. But something usually comes up. So,
well, there's got to be some allowance for celebrities in general to bring their pets, or for a celebrity dog to come out to the UK. So hopefully you'll get some traction and be able to get in there, because you guys have a lot of fans. I'm sure they appreciate.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
There was I forget who it was. Some big celebrity. They went to Australia and their dog still got quarantined.
Oh yeah. Well, at least you're doing all the research in advance, because you wouldn't want to get there and find this all to be a big surprise for you afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
There's one other question from Vicky Irk. Is there a trailer for season 3?
So, sorry, just for our online viewers, is there a trailer for season 3 that's coming up?
We haven't put together a trailer yet, but I think we'll do something.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe this weekend or something.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Depending on how much attention this guy gets. Does he help you edit? Does he sit with you as you're cutting? Like, does he recognize himself when he's on screen and you're working on projects, or does he hear himself if you have if you don't have your headphones on?
Yeah, like if he's barking or something, he'll hear it. He doesn't know it's himself, so
Okay.
he'll bark at it thinking it's a different dog. Or hear his own squeaky toy and then get excited. That's funny.
That's funny.
Yep. Hey, you did a good job. You did a good job.
Yeah, that was good. Says no, get out of my house. I want to have a nap. You need to get out of here. All right, so before we wrap it up, any last few questions on there, Lisa?
Still lots of comments, but
Cool.
I think we're good.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for having us today. And thank you very much, Crusoe. I'm sorry that I called you Oakley so many times. I'm sorry. You guys are totally different
I'm
dogs.
sure Oakley will appreciate it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oakley's hearing his name over and over again. Will you forgive me? No, he won't. Look at those eyes. He will not forgive me. That's a scowl if I ever saw one. That like half-closed eye look. I invented that look, you know. Yeah. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching today. Please make sure to tune in next week. We're going to be talking about NDI. So we're going to be taking a deep dive into what NDI is, how the technology works, different applications for NDI, different devices, as well as some notes on our new release coming up in 4.8. And of course, we will be at NAB in April, so please make sure to visit our booth. I have the booth number written down. I'm not going to read it out for you. Please check the comments, check our website as well. And if you look for a link that should be in our comments section, you can get free passes to actually attend NAB as well. All right, well, thanks again. Can you wave goodbye? You know that one?
You can do a little.
Yeah,
Bye.
one last high five. Yeah, attaboy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for having me, Cameron.
Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you having us.